Hi, welcome back to Waxing On Classic Rock. And today we're going to look at an older album I have, but there is something new coming out. Now, one great thing, being a Bob Dylan fan, every fall he's always got something special. It started out years ago with the bootleg series, and he had concerts that hadn't been released, some other rare recordings. This year, complete Budokan, the 1978 concerts. And it's out as LPs, CDs, or a special box set. Now, I'll just give you a rundown. It be released 17th of November, so not far from now. The audio CD box set, we're looking at an expensive price tag, but let's see what you get first. I'm just going to go through and kind of read to you what comes with it here, because this is we got 14, 15, goodness gracious. It's a 12 by 12 box, imported from Japan. It's 4 CDs, 60-page booklet, color photos. It's got facsimile memorabilia such as concert tickets, pamphlets, posters, flyers. But it's got a hefty price tag. We're looking at $189 for this. That's a lot of money, but it's complete concerts. I mean, side 1, we're looking at 14 songs. Disc 2 are 15 songs, another 14 on disc 3, another 15, so 30 and 28, 58 tunes on here. A lot more than the album had. This is also going to be available without the box set, without all the extras. The LPs, $63, and you can get the original Budokan, which we're going to look at today, for about $31. Now, these are all Canadian prices, so when I tell you 189, that's 189 Canadian. You got to add the exchange to that. So I'm not sure what it'll cost in your country, but it's a special revisitation to the kind of a classic concert he did in 1978. Originally, the album was only released in Japan. They didn't intend to release it in North America, but then there were enough bootlegs and enough interest in it. Columbia decided to release it for North American release as well. And it was a 2-album set, Bob Dylan, the Budokan. Came out after Blood on the Tracks and Desire. And there's the inside jacket. So we got a lot of really old tunes, and like I say, those albums from the mid-70s that were released, he's got a few tunes from there. I'll give you some idea what he has on here. It's starting with Mr. Tambourine Man. Gosh, that goes back a long way, doesn't it? From Bring It All Back Home. Shelter from the Storm, Love Minus Zero, No Limit, Ballad of a Thin Man, another old one. Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. Goodness, I think that's back from almost Freewheel and Bob Dylan, maybe a second album. Maggie's Farm, One More Cup of Coffee, Like a Rolling Stone, I Shall Be Released, Is Your Love in Vain, Going, Going, Gone. Side 3, Blowing in the Wind. Well, there we are from Freewheel and Bob Dylan right there. I mean, one of the early hits. Just Like a Woman, Oh Sister, Simple Twist of Fate, All Along the Watchtower, and I Want You from Blonde on Blonde. Side 4, All I Really Want to Do, Knocking on Heaven's Door, It's All Right Ma, I'm Only Bleeding, Forever Young, and The Times They Are Changing. You can see we got quite a mix of old and what was more current at the time. I mean, this was recorded in 1978. So you figure we got Desire and Blood on Tracks in around that 1975 era. But a lot of these are back into the early 60s. But the thing with Dylan, and I've seen him a couple of times, is he never plays the same music for his songs. I mean, I've been at concerts where it isn't until I'm a few lines into it that I recognize the words, that I even know what he's playing, because he's changed the music so much. And when he's out there doing tours constantly, I suppose it's a way for him to keep it interesting for himself and for the band. These are not going to sound like what they sounded on the original recordings. A lot of them, the music, his style has changed. The setting has changed. We've got a couple in here that kind of have a reggae feel to it. His music is always different every time you see him, it's going to be different than what you heard the time before. Excuse me. So even while you're hearing some familiar titles, the songs have been reworked and all new arrangements. This one, because we've got a gatefold, and again, it's a 2-album set, came with an extra. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in to show you the whole thing or not, because it's pretty big, but I got there we go, got a big wall poster that came with this one. There we go. So that was a nice thing with the albums, Joe. Sometimes got a little bonus with it. And again, there's some little bit of liner notes on it. And when I saw it funny, I was watching or looking at a post with Jimmy Page going through records, talking about them, and he was playing it and say how much he enjoyed vinyl and enjoyed the albums, and to have notes that you could read without a magnifying glass, right? Something big enough and something to hold in your hand. The interior lining, nothing special. We got the words for all the songs, so that's great. No photos, but got the words to sing along. So there's another bonus that came with this one. Now, if you wanted to buy this, I'll just give you the Amazon prices. And again, this is Amazon in Canada. Album audio CD is at 31 bucks. The audio, I don't believe they have it in vinyl on here. Another person's offering it for $398, so let's say roughly 30 bucks if you want to buy the CD version of it. If you're able to get the hard copies, great. Now, these things also, this and a box set, obviously without all the add-ons, just the music, going to be available on the streaming networks, available to buy places like Amazon. Lots of opportunities to get it. If you can't get to someplace to pick one up, easy enough to order it online. It's a classic concert. It's one of the, again, those special box sets that he puts together every year around this time going into the holiday season. Something that might be right up the line of one of your family or friends that are Bob Dylan fans. And if you're one, you'll want to check it out. And again, limited number of songs you can put on here, quite a few if you get the new packages. But it just gives you the extra. And so many people have done this. Columbia's done this a lot. Going back to the jazz stuff, we've got the complete Jack Johnson, the complete On the Corner, the complete In a Silent Way, like those 3 Miles Davis albums, where they take all that happened, put it together for you to wade through. It hasn't been streamlined down where they've just cherry-picked a few songs to stick on an album. Excellent album still. Great one to check out. Maybe that'll inspire you, whether you want to buy the larger packages. If not, this one stands alone as one of Bob's great concert albums. So that's it for Wednesday. Bob Dylan of Budokan. Lots of choices. We'll see you on Friday. Till then, everybody take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.